Hello guys, it's Master100 here today, doing another Monogatari video. So this is kind of a follow-up to my Monogatari watch order video that I did a few months ago. I'll have that linked in the description. But this is specifically about Hanamonogatari. I kind of made a case for why I think it should be placed where it is there, of course, between certain parts of Monogatari series' second season. So with that in mind, this will have spoilers for second season. I kept it brief in that video because I didn't want to give spoilers because it's a watch order video, but here I could just talk about whatever I want and why I think it is so important to have it placed where it is. So getting into the main part of this video, Hanamonogatari is actually the third of 6 novels in second season. Of course in the anime it was kind of placed outside of second season as a sort of extra part to it, but yeah, in the novels it was right in the middle, which I think is important. This was the author's original intent. Now, one of the main themes of second season, at least in its latter half, is death. We see this mentioned in Otori Monogatari with Nadeko wanting to kill Araragi, Senjukahara, and Shinobu. Now, if you watch this the way the anime sort of presents it, you will basically have this sort of idea that these three could potentially die at some point in Koi Monogatari. Now, obviously, a lot of series do this, have this idea that, oh, maybe a main character or something will die. It never happens. And that's kind of the thing. I don't think Monogatari is trying to make this into the focus. And when you watch Hanamonogatari during second season, before Otori Monogatari, there's something very interesting about it. The way it's framed early on, when Kanburu talks about Senjukahara and Araragi, she almost frames it as if they're dead, and then afterwards she mentions how she kind of framed it that way and that they're actually fine, they've just graduated, implying that yes, they have survived the, attack from Nadeko. So if you watch, or read, Hanamonogatari before Otori Monogatari, or anything else from second season that follows Otori Monogatari, well, you will know that these two are alive and, well, they don't die, which I think is pretty obvious, even if you didn't know they were confirmed to be alive anyway. So, these two are alive, and Aragi even appears himself in Hanamonogatari, so even more confirmation. But what about Shinobu? She doesn't make a physical appearance in Hanamonogatari, so do they confirm that she's alive in Hana or not? Well, yes, actually. So, later in Hanamonogatari, Kanburu actually suggests having Shinobu eat the parts of the Rainy Devil, which Araki says no to, but the fact that they mention Shinobu in this way, they sort of mention something for her to do. Framing it like that clearly shows that, yes, she is alive and fine, so all the characters that were sort of proposed to die in Otori Monogatari are alive. So if you watch Hana first, you already know what's going to happen, whereas if you watch it after, this doesn't really tell you anything at all. Now, there's one other big shift if you watch Hanamonogatari before these later parts of second season, and that is Kaiki. So if you watch second season as is, at the end of Koi Monogatari, Kaiki supposedly dies. Now, at the start of Koi Monogatari, Kaiki kind of frames things as you can't trust him and that some things in the story won't be fully accurate. Of course, if you watch the Koi Monogatari without the context of Hanamonogatari, you will see Kaiki apparently die at the end of the Koi Monogatari. But then a couple episodes later, as you're watching Hanamonogatari, he's back. So I guess he didn't die. But if you watch Hana first, you know that he is still alive and well after Aragi and Senjukahara graduate. I think this does a better job at playing into that theme of him being unreliable, because when you see him die, you know, well, he isn't dead. Of course, he already appeared in Hanamonogatari, so, well, he's fine. He recovered. He appears later in the story. Now, there's one obvious question that arises if you watch Hanamonogatari earlier. And that is, well, doesn't it spoil a lot of things? And yeah, I think that was the intent. One interesting fact about second season is that Nisio Isin actually wrote all 6 of these novels within the span of a year. Yeah, he's not human for that, but the fact that he wrote these so fast, that has to mean that he had to have some kind of plan. You don't just make Hanamonogatari a earlier novel in second season if you want to put some doubt on the status of some of these characters. It had to be intentional. And I think, well, yeah, death wasn't meant to be the focus here. You weren't supposed to worry about whether or not these characters would die. I think it was about the story of these characters, of course, a big part being Nadeko's story, and how she develops, of course, with her interactions with Kuchinawa, becoming a god, how Kaki stops it. I think that was the point, not whether or not these characters will live or die. So anyway, that's why I believe Hanamonogatari should be watched earlier on in second season between Kabuki Monogatari and Otori Monogatari, because yes, it does take away the mystery of whether or not some of these characters will live or die, but I just think that was the point. Again, you don't just make Hanamonogatari early in second season if you wanted that to really be a genuine mystery. So hopefully that helps to kind of explain why I put Hanamonogatari where I did. I didn't get any questions on it. I just want to make the video to explain further anyway, because I just thought it was an interesting subject, and I don't think I've really heard many people talk about it, so... Well, that's a lot to say for this video. I might do another video on Koyomi Monogatari as well, a little bit different, but talking about why I think you should watch it, because I know some people suggest to skip it. But anyways, that's all for this video, so thanks for watching, and bye-bye.